Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tier 2's race tonight at Hungary for round 10. Tonight I'm joined with Seb and T-Mac again.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Oh.
Just joining us.
Set up the telemetry. So it looks like it's full wet conditions. Should be interesting.
Full wet.
There's a wet for the race as well.
No clue. Have not seen anything in chat yet, but 15:45 left in the session. First car out on track was Combat Rat, who's in the Williams.
Is the stream
First
working all good? I just got an alert.
We are stuck on the AFR screen. And we're confirmed from Lunchbox we have a dry race.
Dry race, okay. Sorry, it actually looked better now. My key bindings all changed.
And your screen's a bit stuttery, screen.
Yeah.
I might just have to. Sorry, one sec. Should be good now. Quite sure what was there, but jump on board with Memphis Reigns as he starts his lap.
Well. A wet quality. We've seen two wet sessions before this. With that dry to wet race in Tier 3 and that wet quality in Tier 3. But none as wet as this one. Full wet tyres for the 16 runners we have on the screen. And just run you through them quickly. Mr. Spicer at the top of the board, then faster in that Alfa Romeo. Skins we're on board with. It's a purple Sector 1. Sorry, in the other Alfa Romeo, he's in P4 at the moment, not set a lap yet. Mika just coming out of the pits right now. Wingman and Corner Effect in the Red Bulls are familiar duo in the team, but you know, they got to put up the fight to Ferrari, who lead the constructors right now. Combat Rat in that other Williams, surged to the top of the time boards with the first time. Corner Effect, speaking of him, he does a 31.1, and Apollo Pepsi, our championship leader, a 30.2, so time's already coming down, a second between them at the moment. Keep it in the Mercedes, the only Mercedes on the grid tonight, with Andocat in the other Aston Martin, teaming up with Mika, who's in the pits at the moment. Sneaky, he's in the AlphaTauri alongside Psycho in P13 and 15, both out on track at the moment. Not in the McLaren, he's doing an outlap at the moment with King J in the Haas. And Bandcamp, our last week's race winner, in P4 at the moment, a 31.7 is Yins now rounding off the final corner, turn 14. To the DRS straight, the main straight. No DRS though, because this rain is pelting down heavily. He sluts himself 3/10 behind Pepsi, but Psycho goes one better, and so does Wingman in the P2 and P3 respectively.
So time's starting to roll in for everybody now. A little bit of a spread. Tied up the top, but top fours within 3/10 of each other. Spicer slots up to P5 there. Jump on board. Sneaky's about to cross the line. Jumps up to P4.
Very tight.
Very tight. Upward headed over. We jump on board with Pepsi. Just see.
Mika's had a bit of a spin last corner.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That'll ruin that lap and his next one.
He's got to be careful he doesn't get disqualified. He was sitting doing that runoff for a fair bit of time.
Oh, Pepsi's out! Pepsi's out!
And Pepsi's
just crashed into the... He did a Vettel, but less...
The main straight, yeah.
Well. Main straight, yeah. Just as Corner Effect goes and sets the fastest time by half a second, Pepsi goes and spins. So that's big, because a lot of track evolution to come with this rain pelting down, you know. A lot of running to happen. There's not the other flag, that looks like it's Mika. But nonetheless,
very
Pepsi out of the session. I mean, he does lead the championship by 101 points, so...
101.
Yeah, 101. It's an interesting stat. The top three in the championship standings, Apollo Pepsi, Quantum Effect is on 98 points, Endocat on 94. None of them finished on the podium last time out in Silverstone. Podium finishes were Bandcamp, Wingman, and Psycho, who are 4th, 5th, and 8th in the championship. And Bass is on the exact same thing. They're on the racing line as well.
They're literally next to each other, blocking the road. That is.
Oh no!
And skins!
Yeah, there's two of them just.
They've literally got to part the seas at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, turn 14's already claimed a couple of victims. We saw Panda and Potsy spin around there. Sandesi on the inside of Pacey in Tier 1 later on in the race. But as I was saying about before, that podium place for Psycho, that's jumped him up 3 points behind Copperhead, who missed last race in Britain, and Decelerate, who finished 6th last time around. He's tied with him, but Decelerate stays ahead of Psycho for P7 in the championship at the moment, just on Campback with a P2 back in Portimao. So a lot to play for in this Tier 2 field, a lot of little battles here and there, but at the moment it looks like we've got a very tight grid.
Yeah.
Pepsi out of the session so far, along with Skins as well.
Be interesting to see how far Pepsi drops down, as we do know he's pretty good in the wet, so we'll be pretty disappointed in that. But in saying that, he has set a decent banker, so interesting especially if the session dries up. But I believe it looks like it'll be fully wet. Oh, Van's gone around.
Oh my god, Van!
Very unlike him. Oh, he's stuck!
Yeah,
oh no.
Oh, he almost got it. Go back.
Uncharacteristic for the Victorian. I don't see that too often, but Endocat's just rounding out the final sector right now with purple. Second sector.
See how true that is in a minute.
Who is that? That's fun. Wingman? Wingman's fun at turn 1.
Yeah, all of them. They're all struggling with these full wet conditions. Hopefully it gets better for them, but as you were saying, Trin, Pepsi's really favoured in these conditions. Endocat into P6, a 10th ahead of Pepsi, but a 10th behind Mrs. Spicer. But I know Pepsi does not like these dry conditions, although his race pace is alright. It is somewhat comparable to Tier 1. But
oh, Spicer's out!
That's Spicer!
Survival of the fittest out here.
Dropping like flies at the moment in Tier 2.
This isn't a race of attrition, this is a qualifying of attrition.
Tier 1 Part 2.
Tier 1 Part 2. I mean, so many instances there in Tier 1. I believe it was 18 drivers, 12 finishes.
Was there only 12 finishes in the end?
Actually, 11, because Mikau at the end, so...
Yeah.
So I still only just recovered from that one.
Finished the race just then.
Yes, C-Mac, actually. Speaking of that race, how did yours go? You want to give us a rundown of your Tier 1 race?
And Mika is fun again. Let's
yeah, he's fun again. The exact same spot as last time around. Turn 14 on the entry. Just getting a bit too trigger happy under that right foot and sending that car around, swapping ends. Although he does finally get a time on the board, it is invalid.
Quantum is up slightly right now, so the top 3 all within the same 10th.
Yeah, the Red Bull team and the sister team AlphaTauri all up there.
Be interesting to see how where Sneaky goes this week. He come in last week as a reserve for his first race and got a podium on debut.
He's 3.5 tenths up now, rounding the last corner. This could be almost into the 28s if he has a good last sector. 29.2. That is
That is quick.
See you later.
Don't forget about Quantum Effect. He's around the final corner. He was up purple in that middle sector, just coming out of that final corner, getting that traction down. A little bit of a fight and a kick out of that Red Bull. He crosses the line. He can't beat the AlphaTauri though. Only improves by a 10th on his lap, but he does jump Psycho.
Yeah, it seems like the track is getting a little bit quicker, which is just bad news for Pepsi right now. He's in 8th, but if the track is getting faster and faster as the session goes on, he might be starting all the way outside the top 10.
Expect the likes of Mika and Panda jump in. And Ando invalid.
See what Mika can do, see if he can finally get a lap on the board here. Coming into the final 2 corners.
I'm just waiting for a Wingman to come out so we can get a T-Mac lap walkthrough.
Yes. Yes indeed.
Wingman. Been put on the spot here, T-Mac. I know you DNF in the race, but you've had, what, I think it was 30 odd laps to prepare for this, so...
Yeah, give or take.
Give or take.
Mika has jumped nut, so that's a good start for the Aston Martin driver. He's still on the back row, however.
Well, for someone who's been spinning a lot, I think just getting a time on the board is the right thing for him. But
invalids again, unfortunately. I think Sneaky's about to come across the line, maybe. No, he's coming in the pits.
Oh, a massive slide.
I was just looking at that Wingman now coming out of the pit, so T-Mac prepare those vocal cords.
Oh dear.
No, there's no deer out here today, T-Mac.
No deer out here.
Oh.
If you're just joining us, 6 minutes 35 less than this qualifying session. Sneaky currently on provisional pole in this full wet qualifying session. We have a dry race and Apollo Pepsi, the championship leader, out of qualifying at the moment. He sits P8 and you are joined by 2 Tier 1 race winners and T-Mac, so...
What?
That one never,
Every week.
never ever
Every
gets
week.
old.
Every week it's gonna come out.
I can't wait for the
Oh.
day that we get to introduce the tier 2 commentators and we get to say that all 3 are race winners.
Yeah, December, when I'm not in here anymore.
It's December, but you're not here anymore.
Oh yes, yes, the one day T-Mac doesn't show up, we can say all the commentators are winners.
Yes,
I'm a
very
winner
much
at heart,
indeed.
I'm a winner at
Oh,
heart.
his nuts gone off. He's managed to not invalidate, unfortunately. I doubt he's gained too much time from that
Really?
though, however. As we jump on with
Wingman's-
Wingman as he's about to start his lap.
Yeah,
Oh, here we go.
T-Mac's
Here we
moment
go.
has
We'll
come.
give this one off to
Alrighty.
T-Mac.
Here comes
Jesus.
Wingman as he rounds the last corner. It's so important to get a good exit here. Sticking quite tight to the apex. And oh, Ando goes quickest actually, as Wingman does a power slide at last corner to start the lap. The run down to turn 1. It is the main straight, it's the longest straight in one of 2 DRS zones as he comes down to turn 1. Hard braking, stays to the left hand side to get a fairly late apex considering everything as he swings back right to the left hand side of the track as Quantum also goes P1. Turn 2 as well, a heavy braking zone. Fairly wide corner as he goes quite wide there, he doesn't want to do that. Almost goes off the track in turn 3, very tough corner here in the wet. But he has it quite nicely as he finishes sector 1 up until turn 4, which is so tough as well. All these corners are so tough in the wet. Turn 5, the tough right-hander with the auto spin curve on the inside as we come up to the turn 6 chicane. Turn 6 and 7, one of the hardest braking zones in the middle sector. And the run to turn 8, 9, 10 and 11. All the way through the middle sector. Oh!
That's great.
Not great!
Wait, what happened? Did he just...
He
He's
left the
gone.
session.
Oh, he left. You're lucky, T-Mac.
What the hell?
T-Mac got out of that one.
Saved by the disconnect.
It was a very, very good run of that lap up until then. We might have
That was
to...
sad.
Maybe next week.
Maybe next week. Bandcamp just starting a lap now in the McLaren after what was a rather stupendous drive from the Victorian in the
Yeah.
McLaren. A race win last time around.
See if
Bit
he
of
can
luck in it
replicate
involved.
something this week.
Yeah, a bit of luck in it involved, but you know, he creates his own luck. He doesn't have the best qualifying, but his race pace is something to admire compared to his qualifying pace, that's for sure. Yellow flags in sector 2, that just looks like the Williams of Skins who might, oh no, that's Combat Rat, sorry. Taking it easy on his outlap, but Bandcamp now, bit wide through turn 5, bit of time on the board. Now throttle down on the run. Turn 6, turn 7, as T-Mac said, very tricky. You see how much he turns out while fighting the understeer. As soon as that McLaren getting a bit twitchy on the run to turn 8. Now turn 9 once again.
He has got a heavy foot.
Very heavy foot. Look at him. Oh, he's fighting that car through turn 10. Very hard corner in the wet
Oh,
conditions. Oh, so just
So unlucky.
slightly wide, and it's just invalidated his lap. He'll get another shot at it. He'll get at least another 2 shots, maybe 3, if he's lucky. All right, now, believe it is around 10 cars out on track.
Yeah,
4
nobody
DNFs.
seems to be on any
No,
good
8 cars
laps
on
at
track.
the moment. Everyone's either down or on an out lap. Might jump on board with Keep. Keeper's up. 3 cents up already. Big for the Mercedes driver. Probably needs someone from Mercedes to score some points tonight for the combined constructors.
Yeah.
That's a dig at you, T-Mac. right
Yeah, last time, well, Keeper's not that bad in the rain. He scored the podium, P2 at Spain, and that was in Inter's conditions, so he's definitely no slouch in the rain.
We'll have to see how many positions he gains on the first lap this week, as
He said,
he
he
seems to
told
be
me 8.
keeping that up. 8 is the number.
He told me
this
8.
week. Alright, that, how he gets that 8, we won't question.
Oh, well, he's 7 tenths up, so I don't think he'll have 8 positions to even pass.
Yeah, at this
Keep
rate,
in
he's
mind.
gonna be in the top 10, possibly.
Keep in mind, there's a fair bit of track evolution to come. Keep up. 7 tenths
Nice
up through the
exit out
second
of 13
sector.
there. See how he comes into 14.
Very cautious lap, I will say, but I think he just wants to get an improvement on the board at the moment. Out of the final corner, gets that throttle down to the line. It's a 30.3. He jumps into P10. Now he does have a chance at 2 more laps here. So keep an eye on the Mercedes, the best starter in the league at the moment. Well, he's going to help those starts at the moment.
With Ando, as he's about to start what might be his last flying lap.
I think it will be.
Martin driver.
All comes down to this.
Pretty tight up the top right now. 10 milliseconds just over 10 milliseconds between them.
Well, it's P2 and P3 in the championship. It's P1 and P2 on track right now. Corner Effect is rounding the final sector at the moment. He's about to go through the second last corner to start his lap. But at the moment, it's Andrew Cat we're on board with through turn 2 on the run to turn 3. Oh, look at that car. Fighting that Aston Martin, going a bit wide. Not the greatest run right there for the Aston Martin driver.
Yeah,
Down in his time.
Down in his time, unfortunately.
No.
Mika's
Not
out.
what he wants as well. Mika out of the session. Another retirement. That's 6 so far. This
Oh.
session. Andrew Cat. Oh! Trin. Nearly lost for words right there. You could hear him. He saw that coming. But Andrew Cat just about to hold on to it. See, he's just fighting the car. Trying to find whatever time he has lost through that first sector. And out of turn 5. Through the second sector now. Turn 10.
Yeah,
oh,
he's
he's out
reaching a
shape.
bit
And
now.
that's his lap over. That is his lap over.
Oh, Quantum! I jump on board and he's out!
Oh no, everyone's gone!
Oh, Sneaky's off to the side.
is
Psycho
off as well.
in sympathy.
I think
Nearly ran into
Sneaky's
Quantum.
Sneaky missing your wing?
He
No.
might be.
Oh my
No,
god.
he was going, yeah, no, I think it must have been an angle. That jump on board with the pole sitter and he's out as well, so... Oh, Sneaky was on a lap, so I'm wondering if Sneaky had to avoid Quantum there. So,
No, Psycho
Unless-
retired.
Bandcamp.
unless Combat Rat can...
Well, Bandcamp, King. It's Bandcamp then King J. Then it's Decelerate, Combat Rat, then Keeper to do their laps. Bandcamp about to cross the line now. See where he jumps up to. He jumps up to P5.
Combat
So
Rat
the
gets
Jack's
up
improving
2
later on.
tenths.
A little bit
Combat
up,
Rat
yeah.
is up. King J now. He's up a 10th on his time. Rounding the final corner. Still a
wiggle.
bit out of shape. He's into P8. Doesn't improve that much now. Gets down to Decelerate, Combat Rat, and Keeper. We'll see what they can do. Decelerate now. Just about to finish off that second sector. Well, down the bend, he's up 2 tenths. He could be beating Keeper here, but Keeper looks like he's just down in his
Combat's
time
up 4.
by half a
Good
tenth.
enough.
Combat Rat up 4 tenths. He's looking for a very good time, as teammate points out. Decelerate now, rounding out the final 2 corners. Very tricky on the throttle, getting on that outside
Combat's
curve,
gone
rounding out
wide.
the gears. Combat's going wide, as Trin points out. Look at that, on board with Combat. Decelerate now, about to cross the line. He jumps up to P10.
Combat might
Combat
get
right now.
P5 here.
Finland. Up 3 tenths in his time. He goes to P5.
Just missing out on jumping
Can
Psycho
Keeper
there.
jump Pepsi? Last one to
Keep-
cross the line.
Marginal gains for Keeper. He doesn't jump Pepsi. He stays P12. So Quantum Factor in pole position and a cat in P2. We have P2 and P3 in the championship on the front row. Ziki and Psycho rounding out that second row of the grid in the AlphaTauri. Good qualifying for them. Combat Rat in P5, jumping Bandcamp for that P5 position on the third row. Wingman in that other Red Bull. He starts P7 with King J in P8. Mrs. Spicer P9, Decelerate P10. Apollo Pepsi DNFing early. His time is good enough for P11 with Keep Inches behind in P12. Skins, Mika, Vasa, and Nut. P13, 14, 15, and 16. All DNF throughout the session.
Bit of a spread in the grid there. We got a couple Pepsi out of place there, so it'll be interesting watching him try come through. And got Sneaky and Psycho again. The last few weeks, Psycho has found some incredible pace.
Yeah, Psycho on form. Queensland-based driver. Really funny, fourth and a third. Maybe he could do better tonight. Could get for a P2, but
Still
All
hunting
down
for
to
that
what-
first win.
yeah, still hunting for it indeed. Connor Effect and Undercat, though, looking very strong as their bout for P2 in the championship continues, separated by 4 points, as I've pointed out before. But don't forget about Bandcamp. He is P6, and we know he does
Dragon is
have
always
decent race pace
lurking.
on him. Yeah, he's 12 points off of Connor Effect at the moment, and even Wingman as well. But Wingman's qualifying was not anything to write home about. 15 seconds before we get the formation lap underway as these drivers figure out their strategies. They get fresh tyres to pick from and free choice as well. Qualifying session was wet, and since they didn't set their fastest time on a slick set of tyres, they get free choice. We'll see what these drivers have picks
Very
as we
interesting.
get our formation lap underway.
There is
Ooh,
a
interesting mix there. The
Yeah.
AlphaTauris on the soft tyres.
I think that's not a bad strategy as we've seen. The way the safety cars can work around here, if you
There's a
the
hard
medium
runner.
runners have to pit part way through the race and get stuck on the hards when everyone else can pit back onto a quicker tyre. We saw in Tier 1 they do get unstuck there, so I think starting on especially a fresh soft, you can definitely take these tyres to the sort of lap 10 mark and put on a fresh set of mediums, which will definitely make the end of the race and leaves you open for, you know, any kind of safety car. It gets you out of the way of that tyre compound choice that you have to make throughout the race. So
Yeah. Interestingly, Combat went hard. Yeah. I wonder what he's going to try. I assume just go long all the way until the end and be absolutely rapid on the softs. But if they're, yeah,
not
as you
sure
mentioned,
about that strategy, starting that
safety
far
car
up the
could-
grid.
yeah, safety car could pull his race
Oh.
apart. And oh no.
Wingman having issues. We have 6 drivers on the soft tyres. That's Sneaky, Psycho, Wingman, who just left the session, Mr. Spicer, Skins, and Mika. 9 on the mediums, Quantum Effect, Endocat, that's our front row. Bandcamp in P6, King J P8, Decelerate, Pepsi, Keeper, that's P10 to P12, Vassa and Nut. And the back row of our 16 car grid, and Combat Rat, the only driver on hards, as we pointed out before.
Big one here is Pepsi starting on the mediums. Thought he might have wanted to elect for the soft here and try and get through the pack a bit quicker back to where he probably should be in the field, but I think he's going to play the long game here.
Well, we all know how important those first few laps are here, especially with DRS. You know, DRS trains very hard to overtake here. You know, T-Rex said there's 2 DRS straights. It's more like 1.5 if you count that run from 1 to 2 as much of a straight. But these drivers have their AI take over, and we're just about to get away. Boys, quick predictions before we have the 5 red lights go out.
Keep it to be P1 by lap 1.
That's the bold prediction. I think a more realistic one. I think we might see a Tauri in the lead come turn 2.
Well,
I like mine.
T-Mac likes his, Trin likes his. Well, it's all about to unfold in the next 35 laps of Hungary. Lights turn on. Round up to 5. They rev up the engines. Lights are out and it's time for racing. Looks like Sneaky's got a very good start. Sneaky could jump both Endocat and Quantifex. Psycho's up there as well as they go down to turn 1. Looks like we've got a couple of 3 wide there. Down the back, looks like someone's gone deep. That's Mika getting very close, but at the moment, Endocat has held on to the lead to Sneaky and Psycho, and Quantum Effect has dropped down to P4. Combat Rat has lost out to Bandcamp, surprisingly hasn't lost out more, but Pepsi up to P7. What a start. He's looking round the outside of the Williams driver at the moment, but that won't go. King J Decelerate side by side through turn 3, very edgy stuff, and Skins gets the opportunity move done on the Haas, out of shape through turn 3. He's going to be a wide though. This has opened the door for the Haas driver.
Yeah, he's
Wingman's all the way back.
He didn't move.
That's who didn't get that start. King J dropping now. Bit of rubby tuggy with Skins right there. Maker's got the position there. Oh, so far pretty clean for these drivers.
Yeah, Quantum's dropped back to 4, so not a great start for the Red Bull driver there. Ando, fortunate enough, has managed to keep the 2 Tauris behind, but Sneaky is all over his rear diffuser here. I think he might get by him pretty quickly here, so pretty interesting to see how that goes for the Tauri driver.
Boys, Keeper has not gained a position this lap. That's a first. But right now, Endocat, his job at the front is to make sure he can keep these 2 soft runners behind, but I think he is all over the back of him at the moment. Looking around the outside of the turn. This is a brave move. He'll back out of it. This might open the door to Psycho, who's getting alongside him. Look at that.
Wow, yeah, as you watching that front battle, Pepsi's got by combat as well.
Pepsi is charging through the field right now. This is really good for the Ferrari driver. Next up, Bandcamp. I think he might take a little bit to get past Band here. He knows his track pretty well, so Pepsi might not just fly by Band too easily.
Pepsi showing why he's the championship leader. A poor qualifying doesn't matter. He's already up to P6 in the alternate strategy at the moment. So far, no incidents to note of. Wingman getting past Vassa down the field as Vassa goes off track at the chicane. That's the turn 6 and 7 chicane. Just in front of Nut is where he rejoins. But right now we're staying on board with Sneaky and Psycho and Endocat to go through this final sector. Skins and Combat Rat. Yeah, Skins and Combat Rat have swapped positions. Obviously all over the back of Bandcamp right now. We have to keep on eye on all these battles at the same time. Sneaky very, very close to his teammate. He's got a good run on Psycho here. Sneaky might go for the move. Psycho fastest lap of the race. Sneaky pulls out to the slipstream Endocat. He'll Might have to pull out behind. Pepsi having a look at Bandcamp. Bandcamp defending the inside. Pepsi going around the outside. We now have DRS enabled from pretty much next lap onwards. Pepsi trying to hold it on the inside on the run down to turn 2. McLaren vs Ferrari, heard that before many times in history. Bandcamp trying to hold it around the outside, defending from the Ferrari driver. They're side by side in turn 3. This is some great racing between the pair, neck and neck on the run to turn 4. This is hairy stuff. Pepsi has to back out respectfully. That's some great driving between the two, and great level headers and level headedness. Is nuts fun, and he's out.
Nuts out.
Is there going to be a safety car? It doesn't look like it.
Doesn't look like it as you're saying, teammate.
Here if there's a safety car, which would be
very much.
Soft runners.
As that happened, Wingman's dropped down the field. I was just going to say, he got past Mr. Spicer, but he spun at that chicane, that turn 6 and 7 chicane. Got a bit trigger happy on the throttle, most likely, and that's seen him drop down to P15 and potentially with damage.
Skins has caught up to the back of Pepsi and Band here on the soft tyre, so he might start to throw a bit of a spanner in the works for this battle.
Band is really putting up a defensive battle, showing all his class from all his years of experience. Sneaky the front, getting close to his teammate, but not close enough by the looks of it. Pepsi though, look at that. DRS is just pulling him along. Looks like he'll get the move done. Bandcamp can't outbrake him into turn 1, so it looks like that move will be done, but Bandcamp's got to worry about that. Williams behind him of Skins, who hasn't had a good one of it this season, but this could be his turning point. He's looking round the outside of Bandcamp into turn 2. That's
whoa! Wait, there's a tower!
Psycho and Pepsi! Psycho's out fully. Pepsi has massive damage.
What has just happened there?
What has just happened?
For the second race running, Pepsi has damage. Psycho spun.
Sure.
Oh, there we go.
And we have a safety car.
I'm not sure if there was a suspect rejoin it or something, because Pepsi was far enough back there that it was interesting enough that he hit Psycho there. They had a bit of a gap.
Everyone's blown up, and the host as well. Are you getting migrating host?
No.
Yeah, I'm getting migrating host.
Yeah, I'm getting it as well. Psycho. Oh, he's off the session. I don't understand why.
I've got no idea what happened just there, to be honest.
Well, from what I saw, Psycho through turn 2 spun around. I don't know how he spun. Might have been on that inside curve, but he rolls back, hits Pepsi. Band tries to avoid him. He can't. He was understeering into the AlphaTauri. That's what caused that DNF. And I think Band can't push Psycho into Pepsi.
Oh, and they're staying out.
And unfortunately,
only Sneaky and out of the top 6 here pitting. Band
pitting probably. Yeah, I think he's got wing damage here.
Only 4 people.
You were watching, or I'll switch back to Skins there as that sort of happened, and we're on the off-board camera, so we didn't quite catch that as it it changed cameras to the exit of 3, and I saw.
Yeah, I had that.
I saw a Tauri backwards with no wheel, a Ferrari losing every bit of its wing. There was cars everywhere, so we've now got Sneaky, Mika, Spicer, and Bang.
Safety car, what? The safety car! The safety car's gone! The safety car's disappeared! And it went back racing once again! Oh my...
That will be a host issue. We might see a restart, possibly. I mean, it's clean racing.
And takes a commanding lead, 3 seconds to Quantum. I think we're still...
I wonder if that was a VSC for them and just a safety car for us.
Yeah, it might have just given us a safety car because of the host migration.
Well,
I didn't. To be honest, I didn't see a safety car on the track.
Yeah, I didn't see a safety car either. We've gone from 15 runners to 13 and one hard runner to 5.
That might be why a lot of the guys didn't pit then. That probably makes
that
sense.
has to be. A lot more sense.
That definitely makes a lot more sense. So I'd say that was just a VSC there. So even still, Sneaky was going to gain a lot of time here from pitting under that VSC. As will Mika and Spicer. Even though they have lost a bit of time, I think they've still gained some. So
Sneaky's gap to the leader and is 16.2.
No, there is a safety car on the track on my screen.
Oh dear, Where? Oh yep, it's gone.
Oh my goodness.
It's block Quantum.
No, it is actually. I feel like it's on the track for the others as well.
Yeah, it's just block Quantum and almost crashed into Skins. The safety car is in the race.
We have to see a lobby restart here. We can't have that.
The safety car's going up to turn 4.
I think we have to.
And it's blocking King J. It's just almost taken out King J. The safety car's trying to race. It has a mind of its
It
own.
is before.
I've just seen it now.
It is
I've just
before
seen it now.
the halfway mark. So as per the rule book, we can see a restart here for game issues like this where the safety car stays out. So we might just stay on board
Oh no, it's
for now
it's
and see
blocking
what
people.
the admins say. But I wouldn't be surprised.
As Ando's just spun! Ando's just spun, guys!
Ando's
Ando,
spun.
has he just stopped? I don't really know what's happening. but
I
he's
think
not
we have to
rejoining.
restart.
He's
I
not
think we have to
rejoining.
restart.
I think
Yeah, I'm
we're
just
gonna.
waiting for.
Oh, he's just put it in the wall. I think there's been a message.
Let me just
Or
have a look.
not. Oh, and Spice is gone. And
Yeah, okay. I think we gotta
Yeah.
restart.
And I think everyone's gone. I
alright,
think there'll be a bit of a
will
restart
jump.
here.
Well,
Bear
I'll
with
just-
us.
we will go to an intermission.
As the safety car wins the race.
Yeah,
As
tune
the
just
last
step
one
in.
standing.
Just step until
Yeah,
he
so
comes back.
I think we'll stay tuned, everyone. We'll be back soon.
No, 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 no.
Oh,
Oh,
Oh
well,
dear.
welcome back, everyone. We've got the lobby back up. The boys are in high spirit.
And
So it looks
Bandcamp
like
is in
it's-
a Mercedes.
Yeah,
Well-
Bandcamp is in the right car.
I think
What do
Band
I-
secretly always wanted to be Keeper's teammate.
I think. Oh my T-Mac. I think
Am
they're
I?
just
Am
making.
I?
Are you in a car?
I better not be. I might be. Oh dear.
Well, T-Mac has done something
My
here.
game's also crashed. So I might
That's.
be in a car and a crashed game.
Well, you don't look like you're in a
It
car at
doesn't
the
say you're on the
moment.
grid, but Bandcamp is definitely in a Mercedes.
That's 100% sure. Doesn't look like T-Mac is in car, so we'll just let him get back in. But we are having a full reset of the lobby. All 16 drivers plus 2. Kalios and Bully are joining us late. So all 16 drivers that were in that race get a restart and a reset.
Well, not sure. I'm pretty sure they said it's a dynamic, so luckily for the lads, the strategy is still the same. I think if you were to...
Yeah.
And
Well, they have all
fortunately
picked the
enough,
same strategy, so.
Psycho now gets a second chance, as does Pepsi and Bandcamp, after getting their races ruined from whatever that incident was that we did miss.
Well, unfortunately for Ando, his great start and what he was able to do, getting quantum effect and keeping those two avatars behind him, that all goes to nothing.
Yeah, that's now in the mud, so that's unfortunate for the Aston driver, but
Ando mud. T-Mac is back in the session.
he doesn't have a car on the grid, so I think
I
we're good.
have. Yeah, I think we're okay.
I think we're good. Wouldn't it all be like T-Mac to do something like that now, would it?
Hey,
Not at all.
I
Not at all.
It won much, so obviously I'm need a
Just
lot
missing
left
out.
to get. It would be the Pepsi experience.
Just waiting
Well,
for these cars to form up for the second time.
Since you did
Tonight?
such a good job at the last one, Seb, we'll let you go again.
Yeah. Well, we'll just wait for Bully to get on, and then we'll have T-Mac say some magic words, and then we'll Chili get going. Just
Are
wait
you
for
doing
that
the start?
Ferrari and the Haas. Yes, I'm doing the start. I'm just waiting for Bully to get in those grid. T-Mac
Yeah,
stay the line.
We all line up on the grid. Okay, let's go.
So it's time for racing. Once again, waiting for those lights to go out. They're out for the second time tonight, and we are racing. And okay, gets a good start, but so does Quantum Effect. Looks like those AlphaTauris are pouncing at the front on the Red Bull, on the Aston Martin into turn 1, nearly 3 wide. Psycho making it, but Anoka once again takes the lead. This time, Quantum Effect getting squished, and there's Wingman. Wingman's in the mix. He's jumped into P2. Wingman has jumped into P2, and look at Psycho and Wingman side by side, the sister cars. And Wingman holds on to P2 down the field. Sneaky just holding up Bandcamp at P5. Comes into P6. There's a crash behind. Looks like that is Vasa. Vasa dropping down the field, getting entangled with Bully. And there's Quantum Effect up to P7 after a torrid start once again. Skins into P8, Combat P9. Pepsi all up to P6 again. King J rounding up the top 10. But once again, what a start. Wingman up into P2.
Yeah, 5 positions gained before, turn 2. Unbelievable from the Rebel driver. There was a full wide out of the exit of 1.
Yeah.
That was definitely a hairy situation there. Kalios also up 4 spots. Major loses a Quantum, dropping back 6 positions this time. Thought his race start on the last one wasn't bad. He managed to do it even better.
Well, Keeper losing positions
also
as
up
well.
5 spots as well, actually. Keeper,
Quantum.
we gave him another
Quantum
chance.
fitting.
Oh,
Sorry,
Meek is out.
Quantum is spinning. And Meek is out of the session.
And it's a VSC this time.
That is
VSC
very
is
good for
very
Quantum.
straight.
off the bat. That's what Quantum needs. He gets a little bit of time as Keeper, Bully and Vasa all at the pit. They have damage to their cars. They will come in and get their cars repaired. There's a bit of a squabble going on at the front. I don't know exactly what's happening.
A lot of flying polystyrene. is all I saw.
Did Psycho go past Wingman here?
I'm not sure. There was
There's a couple
they-
of cars, they're all bunching
going-
up on each other, so
Yeah,
I'm
they're
not
going
quite sure
2
what's
by
happening
2.
now. Unless
I
it's
wonder
a...
if... Go on,
No
Trent.
one's thinking of-
Yeah, I got no idea.
I was just thinking maybe Endocat was backing up the whole entire field to get like about a 3-second buffer so that when that
Yeah.
safety car does come in, it now
Bully
has
gets a drive.
Bully.
Oh,
Insult to
Keeper
injury,
as
has to
well?
pit early. Keeper
No.
as well. These two had to pit early.
I think
And
Keeper...
then-
Oh no, yeah, Keeper as well. Couple of cars.
yeah.
Speeding under VSC, they get drive-through penalties, so along with their front wing damage that they had to come in to repair, well, they're just going to see themselves tumble down the field some more. Pepsi very close to the back of Bandcamp. You see Sneaky going wide through turn 11 at the moment. They go through the final sector. Everything seems good so far, barring those 4 pitters at the moment. Bandcamp a bit wide, get a bit out of shape as well. Checking the door for Pepsi here for a potential move to turn on. Pepsi sliding on the entry to 14. They go down this main straight now. Endocat leads as DRS is now enabled for the rest of the race. Psycho follows with Wingman in P3 and Sneaky in P4. You see Psycho having a look around the outside of Endocat down the field. Wingman's ready to start. He has dropped down to P3.
Wingman is a bit closer to Psycho than Psycho is to Ando at the moment. Not much, but I reckon Wingman will probably try and attack here.
Well, crucially, Endocat once again on those medium tyres, keeping the soft runners behind him. This time, instead of being at 2 AlphaTauris, an AlphaTauri and a Red Bull. Both Honda-powered cars versus the Mercedes-powered Aston Martin. They go through the...
I will say, Bandcamp in that Merc is such an odd sight.
It is very weird.
He's going
As
for the
he's
right
side by side with Pepsi. Oh, Pepsi's gone on the grass. He's going to lose out
Oh,
the
it's
skins
Skins.
here.
And Skins.
Yes, Spins takes the advantage there.
Good game
The
for skins there.
Pepsi's squabbling with Bandcamp in the middle sector, opening up the door for Skins for an opportunistic move. But what this has meant is that Bandcamp has dropped off the DRS of that top 4, and he's very vulnerable to the soft runner behind him and the Ferrari as well. Oh, that's
Pepsi's
getting
not
very
going to like
close.
that, having a soft runner between the two of them. That'll be very
Yeah.
tricky to get past for the next couple laps.
As we go onto the main straight, Ando trying to fend off Psycho and Wingman DRS.
Ando
Here
cover the
comes
fastest
Psycho.
lap. Here comes Psycho. Endocat defending the inside. Psycho looking around the outside. He'll have to back out some stout defending from Endocat, but we're not done yet. Another half DRS straight coming along. Honda effect the fastest lap of the race.
Wingman sends
Oh,
it.
Wingman's gone for a send, and he bumps wheel with the AlphaTauri, but looks like everything's okay so far. Pepsi has jumped Band, and so has Skins. Oh, Band leading to 2 positions in 2 corners. Not good for the Mercedes driver, but that's what he was expecting. Pepsi's superior pace and Skins, those superior tyres. And that Williams has some work to do to catch up to the top 4, but at the moment Endocat still leads with some great defending from the AlphaTauri and the Red Bull.
Yeah, it's been quite eventful 4 laps of this race.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to say. It's the positions have changed all over the place at the moment.
That start for
Got
the top
skins
12.
up 8 spots now. So that's very
Let's
good
have
for
a-
Really?
the
Wow.
Williams driver.
Good start once again, same as last time. He got himself into a good position up until that Psycho DNF, and then we had to restart obviously, but we've got 2 trains here, one for P1 to P4 and one from P5 all the way
Wingman's
down
got
to
Psycho
P12.
here.
Yeah, Wingman may have Psycho. He's very close. He's been
Oh,
knocking on the rear wing of that AlphaTauri for the past 2 laps, you'd
There is
say.
a pretty
He's
big
using that
juice
ERS.
advantage.
Yeah, looking down the inside, he's going for that lunge, getting very close to Endocat up ahead, but looks like he'll have that move done. They'll go side by side out of the corner, but that Red Bull will pull ahead for P2.
Nice move from Wingman now. I think that'll he'll now set his sights on Ando here. Ando wasn't able to build much of a buffer in between those 2 battling, unfortunately. But see what he can do. The softs on lap 5 now. The softs will be transitioning to the slow, being a bit slower than the medium tyre right now. So interesting to see if Wingman can in fact get ahead of Ando, but not sure if it will actually hurt him, as he can probably just sit behind Ando right now and get a bit of a tow.
Yeah, what's really quite amazing, from 13th on the grid, Skins is now in the DRS of the top 4. He's caught them almost a second since passing Van and Pepsi.
Yeah,
He's
dark
dragged along
horse.
Pepsi. Dragged along Pepsi as well, so mind you, Pepsi's very close to Skins, so I wouldn't say that's dragged along Pepsi. I think Pepsi just genuinely has pace. Another guy to keep an eye on, Kalios. He started from the back. He's up to P12 at the moment, all on the back of that Alfa Romeo of Decelerate.
Yeah,
But
2 trains
attention.
at the moment.
Yep, 2 trains. And all eyes on the front one at the moment. And the weaving, trying to break the toe. That's Sandokat going over to the right hand side. The Trin special, as T-Mac calls it. But nothing coming to fruition in this lap. Looks like it's all pretty Lionston, none of them close enough. And that's what we'll get around here.
Yeah, Ben went wide at turn 1.
Might
King
get
J's
in.
right on his bump up.
Ben's not careful. King J
inside here.
Yeah, King J having a look, but doesn't go for that plunger on the outside. Thinks better of it. Haas is having a great weekend tonight. 2 race victories for them, a 1-2 in Tier 3. And it could get better if King J and Kalios are able to find themselves making moves and getting a bit of luck down the line. They're only sitting P8 and P12. And don't write those 2 out of it just yet, but at the moment Wingman so close to Andokat through this middle sector within 3/10. That's well within striking zone. You'll want to be around 4/10 if you want a chance for taking potentially into turn 2, maybe a lunge into turn 1, but Wingman is well and truly within that. He's, you know, half the time within that at the moment. Final sector though, still got to navigate. Andokat with twice the amount of ERS that Wingman has. Red Bull versus that's one Andokat. Yeah,
I think Wingman will definitely get him here, but I'm not sure if that's actually going to be the best thing for the Red Bull driver.
Psycho hasn't been using his ERS here. He's dropped out of DRS range of Wingman, so that's race crucial right there. Now Wingman's getting his move on Andokat around here. Round the outside into turn 1. Andokat going to try and defend that once again, pushing him wide. The Red Bull getting that better traction, getting a bit of a snap, but it doesn't matter. Those soft tyres reign supreme around here, at least for the short term.
Ben and Pepsi. Ben and King J were going for a move then. Ben's managed to keep ahead. King J lost the spot, so
6 cars under a blanket back there.
Yeah, they're very close from 7th back to 12th there.
So Mr. Spicer over the back end, he's spun! Mr. Spicer has dropped it through turn 4. He's gone spun left. Same spot that Miko did, but not to the same extent. He's able to control the car. He keeps it running in P14, albeit with some damage to his ego. Sorry, but he did spin on the last lap.
I mean, I should be thanking him. Handed me a podium there, so
yeah,
shout out to Macau.
Speaking about luck, Pepsi is really happy considering his massive spin in the session before it was restarted.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
He's in the train.
I think it's Lobby needs to be restarted. Some of those guys that lost out get a second chance.
Yeah.
Well, 3 lobby restarts tonight. Go on, Trin.
I'm wondering if poor Pepsi might have got skins here. It was all over him on the exit, but I think skins of the soft tyres still got the advantage on the corner exit for the time being. But
yeah, I think he's just biding his time.
Psycho losing DRS there, I think, really hurt him. I mean, he had a lot of ERS in the bank at the time. I'm not too sure why he sort of was a bit hesitant, but wondering if Ban's actually got an issue. He's dropping back from those sort of drivers ahead pretty quickly. There was a bit of contact between him and a couple of the others on the first lap, and unless he's just a bit out of sorts in the Mercedes, does drive a little bit. You know, all the cars to some people do feel a little bit different, so might just be getting the grips, but he's still in P7. He's on the medium tyre, so he's in a good spot. Oh, leader's round.
The wall. Wingman.
Wingman's around.
He's in the wall.
Oh, it's gonna be.
Oh, careful on the rejoin. Oh, he's gonna fall back all the way to the back of the train here.
This is not a good day for Red Bull.
Both Red Bulls out of the points.
Pepsi. Sorry, gents. Pepsi has gone for a move down inside skins. Sneaky is pitting, and so is skins. So Pepsi with those medium tyres, just a bit more tyre advantage with the softs. 7 laps solid at the moment. He'll jump into P3 with Sneaky and skins. Look at that undercut Psycho. But Wingman around again, as T-Mac says, through that second last corner. So he went from being P1, dropping all the way below his teammate into P14.
This is very unfortunate.
Big development.
Very unfortunate for Red Bull.
Andokat in prime position to take the win, but I'll tell you what, Pepsi has some really strong race pace at the moment. Really strong race pace.
Yeah, I think this is good for Ando right now, having Sneaky pit, sort of taking a bit of the pressure off, but Pepsi is flying right now. Currently up. He's up 8 positions right now. I think he might get Psycho here even before the end of the lap, but I wouldn't stress too much about that. Psycho will definitely be pitting his lap. Probably putting
Yeah.
on a set of mediums. We might just check what tyres everyone has put on.
Oh
As
no, Sneaky out of the
Sneaky's
pits!
round.
Out of the pits, he's around at turn 3! That is... No.
That is a
What a-
horrible.
Yeah, for
Horrible
undercutting
way
those
to-
medium runners, it's terrible.
The AFR's
That's
undercut
thrown everything-
opportunity
Everything
has
out
gone
the
away.
window.
Exactly, thrown everything out the window. Pepsi now with all the ERS in the world. There's Psycho
look how
pulling to the
quick.
right hand side to pit.
So
That's
we've got Skins as pit for the hards, and all those other guys that pit on that last lap have opted for the medium and Sneaky wingman. Suggest Psycho will probably pit for the meds. We'll see here.
Yeah, we'll see. King J is unable to make grounds on Bandcamp at the moment. As the DRS, he was fairly close into,
is low on
out of
DRS.
10-14. Yeah. Both relatively low. Obviously, King J 10% more than him. Bandcamp shadowing that inside line, making that his own, although he doesn't need to.
Oh wow!
King J too far behind to
Look at the gap
do anything
from
about it.
Psycho to Sneaky.
Oh, King J kicking out that rear end, as you said, Trent. That gap is around, I think, 18 seconds by the looks of it.
He's lost the whole pit stop. So I say Sneaky, we look hoping for a safety car right now. I mean, the way the last race went, we might see one. So, but everyone is fairly spread out right now. There's a few different strategies on the table. A couple hard runners between the softs and the mediums as well. So, it'll be interesting to see how this all sort of plays out when we get to that sort of around lap 24 to 26 mark, and they all sort of filter back together.
Bandcamp going really wide out of turn 11. I find he's struggling with those medium tyres at the moment. And obviously, tyre temperature, a massive, massive game changer around here. Very influential on the soft tyres. It's influential on the medium tyres. It's not as influential on the hard tyres, but still present. This train for P3 that stretches all the way to P8. Extends.
King J might
another
get
lap.
him here.
Well, he's certainly having a look. Bandcamp defending the outside. King J having a lunge around the outside. We'll see if he holds this around the outside of the McLaren driver that is in the Mercedes at the moment. He's unable to get good enough traction in. Bandcamp holds on to P3 for that, just that lap longer. King J once again a look around the outside, but think better of it.
Kalios is
Bide his
actually having
time.
a bit of a look on.
Oh, Ando with a 3-second.
Diesel. That's not great for
And-
the leader.
And Pepsi within DRS range, well within DRS range of the Aston Martin.
Oh, Vassar's Sneaky just made a move on Vassar. Trying to mop up some time from that spin, unfortunate for the Tauri driver, but might see a move from Pepsi for the lead here at the end of this lap. I think we might see a bit of a battle here today. Ando recently, over the last couple of weeks, has been trying to find a bit more of an aggressive side from the driver. So might battle Pepsi pretty hard here. Doesn't want him to get away too much in the championship.
Yeah, just want to point out. Go on, Timmy.
Oh, sorry. He'll have his chance to prove how serious he's about the championship right now, as he's taking the defensive
Whoa.
line against Pepsi. Around turn
Yeah,
one.
as you said, T-Mac, he's going for it. He wants that race win, but look at Pepsi's straight line speed.
Oh,
Oh, the inside.
the hit!
Oh my goodness. That
I
might be
think-
wing damage to Pepsi. That might be diffuser damage to Undercut, yeah.
I think
Could be
they
the
sort of caught each other out there. Ando went to cover,
think-
but Pepsi had this
yeah.
massive speed overlap almost out
Yeah.
of nowhere. Might even wonder if Ferrari they have got a Honda engine in there, because that looks like some VTEC or something.
Very fast. Condom effect, just want to point out, he had a pit earlier for under that I think it was VSC, for the damage he received on around that one, and well, he's currently kind of in it. He's in that pack which is 8 seconds off the leaders at the moment, but he could still come into play down the line. And you see Pepsi so close. He just looks like he has more grip than Aircat and more confidence.
Yeah,
Pepsi
he
do
does
turn 11, do turn 12
definitely
as
looks
well.
a lot quicker right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that line. Ando came defend. Oh my god, Pepsi, don't tell me you're going for a rune at the outside of turn 13. That'd be very bold. But Ando
I would not put it past him.
Oh my god, he is really gunning for that move. You see, having a look around the outside of 14, but this should be pretty straightforward for the Ferrari driver and our championship leader. Got the run, got the DRS, got the ERS, got that straight line speed, and he
Well,
takes
Ando, go for it.
P1. Ando's going for it. Pepsi will give him the room out of respect, but Ando Cat just has nothing on him. Pepsi's superior
TJ on
pace so far.
Bandcamp right now.
Harsson, I'm going to call him a McLaren even though he's a Mercedes.
Nah, he's a Merc, go on.
Is it right? The Lewis Hamilton fan versus King
He
J.
is a big
King
Lewis
J
Hamilton fan, I heard, so I think he'd be reveling in this opportunity to drive a
Ooh.
Mercedes.
Banging wheels, the Haas and the Mercedes. This is the King J getting a bit out of shape. This is
Combat
like
right,
combat
mate,
right through. On the hards, side by side into turn 4. King J has to pave way to the Williams. Side by side through turn 4 is suicide, and King J knows that, so he knew with Combat Rat's overspeed and him being in front, he had to back out, and he's done just that. He may lose out the position, but he hasn't lost out in the long run.
Very tight between this pack here. I am surprised how much they're dropping off from the leaders, but this is very good for Pepsi and Andos. They can sort of just run their own race. And...
Oh, no, Keeper's gone.
But actually,
Keeper's
Pepsi
gone.
has already broken DRS to Ando.
He's using that ERS, isn't he?
That is phenomenal pace from the Ferrari driver.
Phenomenal pace indeed. I just want to point out that penalties can come into big effect here. It's very hard to get one, because the track is very lenient. But a late safety car can very much toss things up in the air, as they did last time around. Bandcamp won the race because I believe Quantum Effect was in the lead, had that 3-second time, but early.
Combat might get Bandcamp here. He's almost got a full tank of ERS where Band's flashing.
I think King J just hit
King
Combat Rat,
J's-
or Decelerate.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
King J's round. I thought for a rejoin here. No, he's kept it out of the way, but King J, things have just gone from bad to worse there for King J.
Well, someone hit someone, and that meant King J went around as
Quantum
Quantum Effect and
Decelerate.
Decelerate.
Oh,
Side by
surely
side
not.
into turn 4.
Oh, no.
No, Quantum Effect hits that curb in the wrong way.
where's it
That
going?
sends him spinning off into the right. Those soft
Oh.
tyres not going the way he wants. They are being really worn out. Look at them. You can just tell they are just about gone. They are blistering. You can see graphically on that right front. Those
Interesting
soft tyres for the Quantum Effect are blistering.
for Psycho right now. He's stuck behind Nut, so driver on the different strategy right now. Gotta remember, Psycho was fighting Ando and Pepsi at the time, so it'll be interesting to see how much time he's losing out to those front two by the time they pit.
All that chaos has allowed Combat Rat and Bandcamp to pull away out of DRS zone from Decelerate. Psycho at the moment trying to get past. No, see, getting a bit wide.
Oh,
Oh,
Quantum
good
does
look
pit.
though. Quantum does pit, so those tyres are well and truly a shot. It's evident by how he took that entry curve to turn 4.
I wonder
But
if Quantum got damaged, because wasn't he on the medium tyre?
not sure.
Combat Rat's
Combat Rat,
got Bandcamp here
Bandcamp.
actually. On the hard
Bandcamp, no
tyre.
ERS. Oh,
Oh,
Bandcamp going
what?
round the outside of Combat Rat through turn 2 on the run to turn 3. Those medium tyres just that bit more grippier than those hard tyres. Bandcamp pushing Combat Rat off, but it looks like this will be Combat Rat's corner. Bandcamp will have to back out surely. He's going to hold
He's
it though.
held
but
it.
Combat Rat pushes him off.
You're going to try
I
to be
think
late on the
rightfully
brakes
so.
on the softer tyre.
They're
But he's
still
got him
going
back.
though. They're still going side by side for a couple of corners, several corners.
What a battle.
Bandcamp holds on to for P3.
What
through
a
turn
battle.
6 and 7.
Combat's had a bit of
Wow.
a wobble on the exit there, so
This,
Bandcamp will get a few corners to have a breather, maybe get some ERS back.
yeah,
While all that happened, Nut and Psycho exchanged positions. Psycho into P7 on those fresh mediums. T-Mac, you were going to say something.
yeah, that battle that went for over half a lap. Kalios and Decelerate right back into DRS of those two.
I didn't even notice that. And Band's hit.
Vander's pit. I'd say he's
Pit?
going on to the
Hard
hards,
then.
I reckon. I think he's probably admitted,
he's
look,
alright
the hard
followed.
tyres are quicker right now. Combat is showing that, so I'd say he's going to go pit for the hards. Yep, and he has. He's put on the hard tyre, so Van will be able to drive those tyres pretty hard to the end here. Decelerate's also pit as well onto the hard tyre, so I think Skins has actually just made a move on. Spice has just made a move on Nut. Skins will be looking to probably get through pretty quickly as well, because he is fighting. Actually, he's not fighting those two at all right now. They're still on the different strategy, so I think Skins will want to probably get through these two pretty quick, because this is definitely hurting him to Psycho, because they were side by side at the time when he pit, but Sneaky's slowly catching him as well, so I think it'll be interesting to see where everyone sort of falls after the pit stops.
I think the big thing is at the moment, Psycho I think would come out provisionally in the lead. I think that's how things will turn out. I'm just going to check the gaps. Yeah, 20 seconds. That's touch and go. Those Pepsi and Anacat might come out just behind Psycho, maybe in front of Mr. Spicer at the moment.
They will be on fresh softs, so I'd say
Yeah.
the pit lap window's 25. I think any lap earlier,
Oh!
you're losing too much time. Is that
Is that
Spicer?
Spicer?
around?
Yeah, that's Spicer
Wow.
around.
Oh,
Just drops it. On the run to turn 13, Nut is in the pit.
oh, we got
Skins
Vass
will
around.
take
I think.
P6.
Vassar turn 4, yep.
He's kept it all together. He doesn't look like he's got any damage. So is
And
that
Nut
Nut is in the pits as well. So he's probably gotten the advice from Band, even though
Yeah, he took it very safe.
they aren't on the same team. They are still on the same team. Probably say Band's points will go towards McLaren this race,
Yeah,
all
for
things
sure.
considered. So
Oh, Quantum Effect is all over the back of Bandcamp, pitting from those soft tyres to the medium tyres. Got a chance to come back here, Quantum, after a torrid start, to be honest with you. Starting
How
from
long
pole, down in
Quantum
P9.
take those softs. Well, he pit under the earlier safety car for another set.
Yeah. Yeah, he
So
did.
he might be very quick here. Fresh set of mediums for a good part of half the race. It'll be one to watch at the end, I reckon.
Considering I believe it's dry for the rest of the race, strategy is pretty much straightforward. Pepsi and Etiquette yet to pit. They'll be pitting the next, I'd say, 8 or so laps. Combat Rat,
he's a pretty big gap right now.
Yeah, he is. Combat Rat will have to pit as well. He'll probably go into the mediums, I presume. Kalios needs to pit as well. And that leaves Psycho in the lead at the moment. Skins has a little bit of work to do if he wants to get out just in front of Pepsi, but I don't think he'll be able to hold on to that position
wonder what-
if it were to come.
Combat Rat can do here. He's got, starting on the hards, being in P3 right now. He's got a good couple options he can pick. You know, he
Yeah.
can try extending, go on the softs, or he could pit right now on a couple laps time for a set of meds and medium tyres and be able to push him pretty hard to the end and not have to worry about tyre wear. So interesting to see what the driver does here. As Quantum gets past Bandcamp.
Oh, Bandcamp's not giving
yeah.
up. Yeah, he's not giving up just yet. Quantum Effect on that outside curve, getting the traction down. Bandcamp using whatever ERS he has at his disposal. Side by side into turn 2. We've seen this a fair bit, but
Oh,
Bandcamp just
Wingman's
trying
around.
to edge out.
Yeah, Wingman.
Oh, Wingman around it. Turn 1.
Oh,
Quantum Effect.
oh,
Turning across Bandcamp.
That's
Hairy
asking for
stuff
trouble.
between Max and Hamilton.
Oh, you wouldn't. I mean, I could see Band do it. Yep. Band is a dirty driver. I think we can all sit here and say that Band is a dirty driver.
Yeah, the
He's
Dragon
a-
unleashes.
Oh,
He's never going to let us do
got in the
this again.
grass a bit there. Which I think
he
he's
can
lost
hear
the
us.
RS on that. So
I think we are in his head, boys. I think we're in his head. We're living in his head rent free at the moment. The Dragon is not driving how he normally drives at 1.1 off of the Red Bull in front.
Oh,
As T-Mac has a reaction to something.
that's just you. But
Wingman's going very slow. I think he's got wing damage from his spin before. Yeah, he's got no front wing.
Ooh.
So
oh yeah, absolutely nothing on that one.
his day has just gone from bad to worse. I mean, Red Bull in general. We are in the mud, I think is the best way to put it right now.
I mean, that's just for you. You're Red Bull.
Yeah.
Might see a move from King J on Nut. Turn on.
This is quite interesting with Combat Rat. Combat Rat saying just quicker lap times than Ando and just as Pepsi. So
Wow.
That's big
harder
news.
quicker. Harder, a lot quicker.
That is massive news at the moment. King J with the DRS having a look down the inside of the Nut. He's going to try and edge forward with some release of the brakes into turn 1, but not with that outside line. Just able to get some better traction, and King J might have to wait for another opportunity next time around.
Is there
Wingman in the pits.
both on the same tyre? Nuts are 2 laps newer, but on the hard tyre, that's not really much. So big, nice battle between these two right now. Fortunately, it's not for any points, as these other 8's 14 seconds up the road. So
Oh, Red Bull's day gets
as
even
I
worse.
think is that Wingman.
Lapped by Pepsi. That if
Oh,
the safety
no.
car comes out,
Oh
you better
no.
hope Pepsi
I
pits,
mean,
otherwise-
yeah, I think well, if a safety car comes out, Wingman's alright. He's on a fresh set of
Yeah.
mediums. He'll catch on to the back of the train. And, you know, he might be able to sneak in a point. But he's got to pray for a safety car right now, which I don't
Yeah,
think he's going to
absolutely.
get.
Yeah. Nut, King J, Mr. Spicer battle for
Oh,
P11, close in
Keeper's
seconds.
around.
Wingman. And Keeper goes around as well. So Keeper down in P15, spins. Wingman gets a 3-second time penalty in P16. So neither of those two having a good race. But right now we're looking at Nut and King J and Mr. Spicer, who is behind him. Let's get at him if King J and Nut get a bit too fast with each other, but King J using that ERS, got the DRS wide open into turn 1. Can he get the move done this time around? Are you going to get it done? Lap 19. He'll try this time, lap 20, but Nut with that outside line. Once again, superior traction, but DRS for King J. He'll try around the outside of turn 2. Nut holding the inside line there. Mr. Spicer having a good look at these two. King J on the inside, Nut on the outside. Once again, turn 3. Mr. Spicer getting in the action. He'll back out. He thinks better of it. They go side by side. King J going wide. He might have to give that position back. He did go off the track. All 4 wheels. He's kind of pushing Nut a bit wide. They're not trying to turn in, but King J blocked the path. King J will take P11, albeit slightly controversial.
Yeah, I think he got a bit up on that curve there, and it kind of 50-50'd over it. So a bit of an awkward one. I mean, probably an illegal overtake there, but I think Megan might be alright. They were leaving each other a lot of room. I felt like King J probably could have been a bit tighter than Nut on the exit of 1 there, and probably got that move a bit more secured, but he has already driven away. So, oh, his Nuts just dropped it.
Oh no! I'm about to say, Mr. Spicer
has made a mess of himself.
What's happened? What's happened there?
We move on. We move. Okay. Decelerate and Bandcamp, and it's the other closest battle on track with Wingman and Keeper swapping positions down for P15.
As
the Sadies.
Bunning Snags has said in the chat that Sneaky's actually catching Psycho very quickly.
Yeah, he is.
That
Remember
gap's
how we
down
said,
to about 7-8 seconds now. So
it was a pit stop at one point, wasn't it?
yeah, it was. It was literally a pit stop. So Sneaky's probably not out of it, because I mean, so I think Seb, you had a look before. Right now, Pepsi and Ando are probably coming out just behind Psycho.
They're definitely behind Psycho, but by about 2 seconds. Skins, they'll not be in play. I don't think Sneaky will be either. Sneaky's a whole 7 seconds off his teammate, so
Pepsi's got a bit of lap traffic coming up as well, so that could play part. Might lose a bit of time, but he's got a pretty commanding lead over Ando right now at almost 6 seconds. Psycho's just off DRS on Carlios as well. I'd say if he can get into that. So I'm not sure. Carlios hasn't stopped yet, so he'll probably be wanting to get past him pretty quickly.
Whoa. Accelerate a bit. Trigger happy on the throttle, spinning up those rears. But I'll tell you what, Carlios is one of those guys, quiet, but good race to be honest with you.
I mean, he started last. So
yeah, when he pits, I think he'll come out behind Decelerate, but he'll be on those fresh soft tyres, so he'll get a charge at the Alfa Romeo on those, older hard tyres. But nevertheless, we still have, I think 14 and a half laps to go, so.
Bully and Nut, side by side or into one. Again, battle for the minor placings, but might jump on board a Psycho actually, as he's, surely you can get past Carlios this lap. They're both on the same amount of ERS, so I don't think this is Carlios' fight to fight. But if he can maintain the pace, I mean, we know the medium tyres are pretty quick, but Psycho's blown by him there, so I'd say Carlios has given him that one, because that definitely didn't look like much of a fight. So he's playing the smart race there.
Smart but effective. Psycho went for it, easy enough. Down the inside, the Haas driver just gives way to the AlphaTauri, and the AlphaTauri can move on and try and build that gap for when Pepsi and Andocrat do inevitably come in for their soft tyres.
Actually, I wonder if Ando's had a moment. He's leaked 1.5 seconds to Pepsi in the last lap, so just wondering if the Aston Martin drivers had a bit of a moment.
Not
definitely
really. I think it's just been off the pace a bit compared to Pepsi and even Combat.
Tyres have probably hit a cliff. Oh, yeah, I mean, Combat's catching Ando very quickly, so I think Combat can probably go a couple laps longer and have the even fresher soft, but he's going to get undercut pretty quickly, because that soft is about 1.5 seconds a lap quicker for the good part of the first 4 laps. So I'd say he'll pit probably at the same time. I think it's a smart decision, but.
Well, Psycho last time around got that move done on Carlios, easy enough. This time it's his teammate Sneaky, who has been gaining on Skins for quite some time, and Psycho as well. He's got DRS, he's got ERS to play with. Skins has none of that, he's not using any of it. Sneaky down the inside into turn 1. Williams not going to fight it. He might try for a switchback though. He is. That's a wonderful move. He's using that ERS to try and stay within the fight into turn 2, but looks like that AlphaTauri just has enough straight line speed with that added speed from the DRS being open and less drag. AlphaTauri takes P6, continues off to P7. Both on the same pit of the same lap, but different compound seeds.
There's a
happens. Yellow, yeah. There's definitely a yellow.
I think
That's a 3-second time penalty. Gone wide.
Vassar's just letting traffic through. So
all good then. The accelerate's still unable to get a move done on Banker, by the way.
See if he pits. Yep, Pepsi's pitting.
Does.
It's a great shout there,
He's going to go for 10 laps here on the soft. I mean, they are fresh soft, so this is probably a smart pit stop here. Ando stayed out. I don't think that's the right call.
Yeah.
Considering these are brand new softs, he definitely could have pit this lap because Pepsi's going to pull a good 1.5 second extra on top of him. But Combat stayed out as well, so.
Oh, it's going to be tight with Psycho. Pepsi coming out of the pits. There is Psycho.
Wait, Vassar
as well.
I think Vassar was moving to get out the way there and got a bit that was a bit awkward for the Alfa Romeo driver in the front row. I feel like Pepsi probably thought he was about to get DNF, so.
Well, Pepsi has 11 laps left on these soft tyres. He's got Psycho right in front of him. This is for the provisional lead right here.
Psycho is going to be the widest car on the track.
He's going to have to be.
He is not going to make that easy. He's got to try hold a very fast Ferrari back on fresh soft tyres while Psycho's on 14 lap hold mediums. So, look, if he can do it, I'll eat my shoe.
I don't think he will.
I think I'm pretty safe on that one.
I don't think we will be seeing a video of Trin eating his shoe anytime soon. Pepsi, look how much speed he has through turn 11 into turn 12. Having a look.
Yeah, he's got 100 ERS. I'd say he's been saving up front for this moment right now.
Ando pits.
Ando pits. He's going onto the softs. He'll do 10 laps on those soft tyres. The quantum effect is now under the back of Skins and Sneaky, so I have to keep an eye on that Red Bull.
Not be too bad for Ando in combat, as Pepsi's lost a lot of time this lap behind Psycho. It's going to be tight.
Well, we'll get that move done. Ando Cat just comes out the pits there. You see combat right behind. I believe that's Keeper as well in the pits for some new soft tyres as combat rats come in.
Trying to get the
those
right
soft tyres on.
So Skins and Quantum are just behind Sneaky now, and Ando's fallen behind them, so he's got a bit of a drive for himself now, because
with that 3-second time penalty as well, he's got some serious work to do.
I think he really needed to pit that lap before. Combat's come out 9th as well, so the Combat should get through Bandcamp and decelerate pretty quickly, but if he can get Skins and Quantum, I think it's another question, but Ando's got to get past these next two and really push. He's got to get 3 seconds, so that's a lot to ask. As a
Wingman's out. If this is a safety car, this is huge for the safety car.
It is.
Oh my god.
This is huge for the soft runners. The field is bunched.
This is horrible for the soft runners.
No, this is good. It's bunched up. Everyone needs a pit.
Lap 26.
Oh, yeah. Ando's going to go straight back to P2, sorry. T-Mac's right. This is a horrible.
Lap 26.
This is amazing for the soft runners.
Lap
Surely
26.
Psycho pits, yeah. Psycho in the pits.
Psycho's in the pits, yeah. So lap 26. Wingman.
Double stack from the Toro Rossos.
AFR, my favourite. Did Psycho just get wing damage going into the pit? No,
that was Wingman's wing is everywhere.
Wing.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Yeah, everyone's in.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Carlios, this is really good for him as well, actually.
Yeah.
I wonder if any of those soft drivers just got punctures from that.
Yeah.
Oh, is Psycho going to jump? Psycho stayed P3. This is actually really good.
Huge.
Oh, Spicer got a drive through.
Yeah, Spicer's got a drive through. Yeah, you did.
I wonder what that was for.
Speeding.
Probably. That's unless he was under the delta. He was negative and not positive.
I mean, everyone's on the same tyre now. One lap, 0 lap, it doesn't really matter. So we've got Pepsi first, Ando second. Psycho's probably gained the most out of this, I think. Well, besides that, Ando's gained the most position-wise, but I think this is really good for Psycho now, as he can now try and actually fight the front two.
Keeper's trying to overtake this. Maybe he's going to get disqualified.
He just hit Ando.
Oh.
And he gets a 5-second time penalty for
Yeah.
that.
Hopefully,
I hope Ando
Yeah.
didn't get that.
Ando
He
hasn't.
did.
really
He did get a
hope-
penalty.
Hopefully,
Oh, no, did he?
Ando hasn't received
No, he
any
didn't.
damage from that. I think, not quite sure why keepers tried to overtake the safety car there. It's pretty well known now that you can't do it. The game
Yeah.
will disqualify you. Unfortunately, it's not a feature in the game that they've sort of allowed, but this is combat right up to 4th. This is really good for him as well, because I think he would maybe struggle to get Quantum and Skins, because they probably had enough of a gap that
Wow, the top 10 all on a clean slate.
Carlios gained really well from here as well. But if we look at penalties, we've got Ando Cat on 3. Carlios has 6 seconds, so that really hurts him. He could even fall out of the top 10, to be honest. Then we've got Decelerate on 3. Spice has got a drive through. That's 2 weeks in a row, actually. Mr. Spice has managed to get a drive through, so that'll put him in poor spirit. Bully with 9 seconds, Keeper with 5, but well, we just saw how Keeper got that one, so.
Yeah. Well. Lap 26, if you're just joining us, Wingman DNFs at the final corner. This has brought out this safety car that you're seeing right now. We will have around 8, 7, maybe 6 laps of green flag running left in this race, with Pepsi leading the way. Andrew Cat, a good drive so far, but that time penalty will be hovering over his head in his final dying stage of the race. He's in P2 with Psycho behind him in P3. Combat Rat gets a chance on those fresh softs for a potential podium if Andrew Cat's time penalty there. Callios with a nice drive. He's in P5, but I think as Trin pointed out, that time penalty will definitely affect him. Honda Effect with a nice comeback drive in P6. Skins P7. He's helping out the Williams crew very nicely and having a good race. First one in a while for Memphis Rainers. Sneaky in P8, Bandcamp in P9. The Dragon doing bits at the moment for the McLaren team. Decelerate, rounding off the points at the moment, but he does have that time penalty. King J and Mr. Spicer have not gone on to new softs. King J stayed out. Mr. Spicer has that drive-through time penalty. He's on those medium compound tyres, fresh tyres as well.
Interesting why King J's done that, but
yeah, maybe just wants the track position.
Quantum's hit three times in his P6 right now, so I think that's a really good drive from the Red Bull driver to be back up in P6. And we've got Pepsi up 10 spots, Carlios up 12, so Skins is up 6, so it's pretty good drives from those 3 to get to those positions.
This will be quite the drive from the South Australian, starting P11, crashed out in quali, obviously had that restart to the race. This is the second time we're running this race as Keeper comes in the pits.
Yeah, I think that's a good call for him. Just get out the way, filter to the back of the grid. He was actually between 3rd and 4th, so that probably would have been a mess on the restart. Can we see what so fastest lap right now is Quantum to an 18.1 actually, so he probably set that when he went onto those fresh softs at the beginning, so that'll be good for the Red Bull driver to get that extra point, as he is in a bit of battle with Ando Cat right now. He's 4 spots ahead, so as you say, every point counts.
Yeah, I do have a feeling that 18-1's going to be shattered by almost everyone here.
I have a feeling Pepsi might just come out of the blocks absolutely flying here. We should have safety car in this lap. We'll have 6 laps of green flag running remaining on lap 29. We'll be resuming for lap 30, then we have 31, 2, 3, 4, 5 after lap 30. So just waiting for Keeper to get onto the back.
Is that 2 or 3 laps of DRS racing?
Yep, 2 or 3 laps of...
See if hopefully Ando should be able to hold on. Pepsi's quick, but he has got that, 1 lap fresher soft. It's not much, but it might be enough for him to just hold on the DRS, because he really needs Pepsi to pull him along here and try break 3 seconds to Psycho, but I think Psycho's got it in him. He did lose DRS early in the race, but if Combat gets a good start on him, and so Pepsi does as well, he could break a gap here, so safety car is in this lap, so Pepsi's got control.
Go on, T-Mac, quickly.
Not to jinx it, but Pepsi still needs to be careful on the restart not to Not to spin out. Oh,
That's keeper. I don't know what he's doing, but Endocat crucially needs to stay in front of Quantum Effect and keep that, 3-second gap to him because he wants those points on him in the championship. I think Endocat can get a podium here. It all comes down to what happens with Combat Rat. Pepsi is going now. Pepsi has got this race back underway for 6 laps of Green Flag Racing. Looks like Endocat's kept pretty tight, and so is Psycho to Endocat. Yellow flag already.
Kalios and Combat are really close.
Kalios, Combat Rat. Kalios down the inside of Combat Rat into turn 1. Down the inside is a Haas on the Williams driver. Kalios, P5 of the restart. They're getting so close to each other. Banging wheels on the entry to turn 2. Kalios backs out wisely and does not want to get in a tussle too early on in this restart. Understands he's got another 5 laps after this lap to get a move on that Williams driver. If he is indeed faster, then we've got to keep in mind. Combat Rat penalty. Time penalty.
That's horrific for the Williams driver. He was almost guaranteed to jump Endocat there, and he had provisional P3. But
this is
awesome for Quantum right now. He's got 3 drivers ahead of him with penalties. He could easily see himself on the podium.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If someone helps Endocat. Pepsi picking up the time penalty. Psycho could be on for a win here, but you got to keep in mind Endocat needs to keep within DRS range.
And
got to have that 3-second cap. He's just about already lost it. Pepsi might be able to survive just here, but he is pulling it close, boys. He's really pulling this close. Did not need to get that final warning for that 3-second time penalty.
That's 17.5 from the Ferrari driver. He is pushing.
Yeah.
So
both Endocat and Pepsi.
I think Decelerate's making a move on Bandcamp here. He's
around the
He's
outside.
trying that one on for the last tyre stint as well, and he just couldn't get it done. So not sure if he'll be able to get it done even on these fresh tyres, but bit of DRS, he might be able to get it done.
Well, patience doesn't hurt anybody, but when you've got a 6-lap sprint, you kind of need to get a move on with it. Decelerate's been patient all race behind Bandcamp, trying to get that move, but he's just unable to really stick it around the outside of the McLaren driver in the Mercedes. But at the moment, Endocat just can't keep within DRS range of Pepsi. They both have similar amounts of
Psycho's
air spins. They're
lost
both
DRS
pushing
as well.
as hard as possible. I don't think Psycho's going to be able to get P2 here.
Yeah, Psycho might even lose P2.
He's out of DRS range. Combat Rat could put a fight to him. That could see them battling. That could see them lose time to these top pair.
Bit of a half-assed move from Quantum there on Kalios. He's better off just waiting for the straight.
I agree, very opportunistic. You see that snap Trin and T-Mac getting so eager on the throttle. He wants this move. He wants more.
17-0. Pepsi is flying right now.
The only concern I have is the tyre temperatures of Pepsi must be going through the roof at this point.
Yeah, we'll have to watch out. I mean, we've seen it before. He can be prone to spinning, so
yeah.
I don't want to give him the old commentator's curse, but if Pepsi's backwards...
But you're cursing him on purpose right now.
Look.
Well,
look.
What Pepsi does have going for him right now, he has that 3-second gap to Psycho, the only driver in the top 3 without a time penalty. Oh, it's just something else. You see, he's dropped 7/10 in about half a lap to Endocat.
I want to see Decelerate get banned here. He's been fighting for this on all race, and he's still all over him.
Well, patience might be a virtue come lap 35, but it's all to be seen with 4.5 laps to go. No, it is 3.5 laps.
Going to get Kalios here. He's been.
Pepsi's
round! I said it! I said it!
And meanwhile, Quantum Effect going for a move on Kalios down the inside under yellow flag conditions. The Red Bull has the move. Psycho can definitely win this, but it all comes down to how Endocat drives. Can he get everything out of this Aston Martin? Can the AlphaTauri driver get everything out of his car? Oh my god, this race has got up another notch. Pepsi has thrown this race win away, and Combat Rat's also in the mix, and so is Quantum Effect. Don't forget about Quantum Effect.
Quantum can still get P2 even, maybe?
Oh.
If Quantum can get past Combat here, he has a moment on the exit, he can still get P2.
I cannot believe that. I cannot believe this happened.
I think... Decelerate has got Bandcamp.
Finally,
unfortunately, I missed it. I missed the move I wanted to see.
Finally, for the Alpha Romeo, he gets past the Dragon, getting into P9, a race-long battle. He finally wins, but it's all coming down
the gap.
He's holding the gap. He's doing very well. These tyre temps are they're not going to work for them because it's going to be so hard. It's how well you manage these tyres in these finals 2.5 laps for the Aston Martin, for the AlphaTauri, for the Williams, for the Red Bull, for even the Haas driver, and maybe that other Williams in skins who's down in P6.
Oh, there's a massive crash.
Oh,
that's
Sneaky's round.
That's Sneaky round. He's DNF from the race.
On his tier 2 debut, he was looking so promising.
Oh,
So unfortunate
Sneaky.
for him.
We'll jump back up to Quantum here.
As Decelerate had a look at Pepsi.
If Combat
Decelerate.
gets past Psycho here, that is going to ruin Psycho's race.
Absolutely.
It is very much Psycho after his first
Psycho's
podium
got a
last time
better
around in
exit.
Silverstone. First podium last time around in Silverstone.
Oh, Skins picks up
Could be
a
up for a
penalty
win
as
here.
well.
Skins a 3-second time penalty. Quantum Effect is still very close to these two podiums here in Combat Rat and Psycho. If you're just joining us here for the final 2 laps, it is really spicy. Pepsi spun for the lead with 3 laps to go, and that allowed Endocat the chance and Psycho the chance for the race win. Combat Rat was there, but he got a time penalty on the safety car restart. That's seeing him out of potential podium position chance. Quantum Effect with a great run on the Combat Rat here, but he don't think he'll go for a move into turn 4. He's got a chance though. He definitely has a very big chance at maybe P2. But Psycho, oh Psycho, he could be on for a win,
Can
boys,
he get his
and Quantum
win?
could be on for that P2.
The last couple of weeks, Psycho's been showing some tremendous form, edging closer and closer. I mean, what was it? P3 then P2. Can he get that P1?
Yellow flags in Sector 2,
Quantum
Decelerate.
is all over Combat right now.
Decelerate's hard work has not paid off. He's made a mistake and
Yeah,
Bandcamp is
yeah.
back through. So Bandcamp could even see himself get some good points.
Quantum!
Look at Quantum Effect.
Quantum!
This is a fantastic move. He can make it go
He's
up.
still got...
Combat Rat out of shape.
He's still
Quantum
gonna
Effect
get
around the
DRS.
outside. Put that to music, gentlemen. What a move.
And he's
And
managed
now-
to keep DRS for Psycho.
Yeah. Can Quantum get the win here?
Can Quantum ruin Psycho's day? Psycho's lost a bit of time in that final sector actually.
Yeah.
He
it's
held
just-
the 2-second gap for almost 2 laps there, and it's eked out to 2.5, 2.6. So
It's going to go to the last sector.
I think this is going to go to the line.
To the line, to the last
Quantum
sector. It
can
doesn't
ruin
matter.
Psycho's day.
It's a 3-horse race right now with podiums pretty much decided. It's going to be Endocat, Psycho, and Quantum Effect if they don't spin for the podium. It's just who will take this race win. Look at Quantum Effect. He just gains on that AlphaTauri through Sector 1. He's already within 3/10. He could be going for a move
Psycho's
into the
dropping
final
back.
sector here, guys. And Psycho is well and truly dropping
Oh,
back.
Quantum!
Effect out of shape. He's just about held on, getting so eager on the throttle, trying
Oh.
to push for the race win. And he's out of that 3-second gap. He might not even get P2. He risked it all for that P1. He might not even get that second step. He might have to settle for
He needs to settle down. His
Tyres
rear
are
tyres are
overheating.
gone. His rear tyres
His rear
are
tyres
gone.
are gone.
Absolutely
That will be
overheating.
P3 for Quantum Effect. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But it's all down to Psycho.
Skins
and
is
Endocat in the
around.
final corners. Skins is around. This is around. They'll promote Kalios in.
So-
Pepsi's getting past Kalios into turn 12. But it's all down to this final
Oh, no,
corner.
good watch,
And
good
a cat will round it. And a cat to cross the
Psycho's
line.
just gotta
He'll
get
take the
around
win
the
for
corner.
now.
Psycho, do it.
Psycho. He's got the 3/10 gap. Psycho
got it.
will win.
Psycho's won.
Psycho the
Combat 4th for now. Pepsi 5th. Kalios 6th. Will he drop down? Bandcamp jumps up to
Bandcamp
5th with no
5th.
penalties. As we
Wow,
see,
that's good,
Bandcamp
that's
5th,
around.
Pepsi 6th, Kalios 7th, Decelerate 8th, King J 9th, Nut 10. Then Skins, Bully, Spicer yet to finish. As he rounds the final corner.
Congratulations to Psycho, the first time he's won a race in AFR. Big ups to him, big ups to the Queensland located driver. And okay, unfortunate for him, he will have to settle for P2 with that time penalty received during the race, dropping him. But Quantum Effect, he could have had P1, he could have had P2,
Quantum
but
was
he
so
lit up those rear
close.
tyres. So close yet so far. P3 for the Red Bull driver, a great comeback drive nevertheless for him. That's our top 3, Psycho, Endocat, Quantum Effect, Combat Rat.
This is massive for the championship as well, actually.
Yeah, massive for the
Pepsi,
championship.
again, throwing away valuable points. So, both Quantum and Ando on the podium right there.
Combat Rat P4, that time penalty, unable to see him jump any positions, but he still holds on to P4 with Bandcamp. No time penalty in his name, pays to P clean. He jumps Pepsi, Kalios, and Decelerate into P5. Pepsi, Kalios, Decelerate, just as I mentioned, P6, P7, P8. Pepsi will get an extra point for his fastest lap of 17.0. Absolutely blistering lap from the Ferrari driver, the championship leader. King J and Nut round out our points with identical lap times for their best times of the race, 19.146 for the Haas McLaren driver. Gins, Bully, Mr. Spicer, and Vassar all outside the points along with Keeper. Sneaky 3 laps down. He DNF'd in the race, and Wingman, well, he unfortunately for him brought out that late safety car, which did bring us a lot of end of race action.
Yeah, that's 2 weeks in a row that we've seen some pretty hectic endings in Tier 2 here. I mean, I'm sweating after that one. What a race. That race was phenomenal, the way that ended. I mean, it was literally anybody's win, and Psycho prevailed, and congratulations to the AlphaTauri driver. He'll be absolutely over the moon with that. His last 3 races are probably jumping up the championship order a bit too, you know. You never know, we might see him in Tier 1 come the end of the season. It's recent form. But it's definitely spicing up there between Pepsi, Ando, Quantum, and Psycho now dabbling in it. But some great drives today. We saw Kalios gain a lot of positions. Skins had gained a lot to that late spin, but ultimately,
well, almost a poetic win for Psycho. He jumped into P5 in the championship, I believe, in front of Wingman, as we said, who did not finish the race. Combat Rat will, you know, gain points, but he doesn't. I think he also may jump Wingman as well. So, well, we'll see what happens when Jacob does release the points. But T-Mac, any last thoughts from you? I know we had thoughts from Trin just real quick.
Talking about the poetic win, I've written a little poem about this race.
Oh, no.
I'm all ears.
There we go. Go on.
Alright, after a safety car gone wild, the lobby restart was required. Pepsi flew away while Band held everyone at bay. Wingman died, but everyone else's races were revived. Pepsi then spun and it took the flag, but at the end of the day, it was Psycho that won.
Wow.
That was beautiful.
That wasn't too bad, actually.
That was beautiful, T-Mac. I think
on
that note,
yeah, for more poetic poems, join us next week, 5:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time for Tier 3 racing. We'll have all 3 tiers next time in Spa, the legendary Belgium track in the Alps. But from myself, Seb, from Trin, from T-Mac, that is all. Ciao, ciao, and thanks for joining us.
see ya.